Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today, we are diving into the intriguing world of the animal kingdom to explore a topic that showcases the incredible diversity of nature, homosexuality in animals. Buckle up for a journey through various species and witness the fascinating behaviors that challenge our understanding of the natural world. Contrary to some misconceptions, homosexuality is not unique to humans. But before we wrap up, it's crucial to address common misconceptions. Some argue that homosexuality is unnatural, but the extensive evidence from the animal kingdom proves otherwise. It's a natural and diverse aspect of life that contributes to the rich tapestry of biodiversity. Actually, it is a widespread phenomenon across the animal kingdom. From insects to mammals, numerous species engage in same-sex behaviors, challenging traditional ideas about reproductive strategies. Same-sex sexual behavior has been observed in more than 1,500 animal species, including all major groups from invertebrates such as insects and nematodes to vertebrates such as fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals. Surprisingly, homosexuality is particularly common among primates, where it has been documented in dozens of species ranging from lemurs to apes. Interestingly, homosexual behavior is not limited to one sex or to exclusive conditions. In fact, it has been observed in both males and females in captivity as well as in the wild. Does it look familiar? Let's take a closer look at some remarkable examples. For bonobos, our closest relatives, same-sex interactions are crucial in social bonding. Liza Moscovich and colleagues studied the behavior of adult members of a wild bonobo community to show that female bonobos have more frequent sex with female than male partners in various feeding contexts. Surprisingly, female urinary oxytocin levels increase following sex with females but not with males. Oxytocin is a hormone that is produced in the hypothalamus and released into the bloodstream by the pituitary gland. Its primary function is to facilitate childbirth, which is why it is also known as the love hormone. Oxytocin belongs to a class of hormones in your body that promote positive feelings, such as endorphins or serotonin. So in fact, the findings by Dr. Moscovich indicate a link between habitual same-sex sexual behavior and cooperation, and suggest a novel mechanism by which such sexual behavior may promote additional cooperation in female bonobos via oxytocinergic effects. Dr. Krista Nicholson, a researcher from Murdoch University, discovered that male bottlenose dolphins in Western Australia are engaging in sexual behavior with members of the same sex. These dolphins organize themselves in subgroups in which they engage in sociosexual behavior that includes mounting and active genital contact. In fact, the diversity of species engaging in homosexual behaviors is astounding and highlights the complexity of sexual behaviors in the animal kingdom. By the way, homosexuality in animals has been a subject of long-lasting scientific inquiry, with observations of same-sex sexual behavior documented by numerous authors throughout history. Dozens of scientific articles and books have been written to describe this phenomenon. However, the presence of same-sex sexual behavior in animals has raised questions about its evolutionary origins and potential adaptive significance. From an evolutionary standpoint, the prevalence of homosexuality raises interesting questions. How do these behaviors contribute to the survival and adaptation of a species? It is a kind of Darwinian paradox. Why has same-sex sexual behavior been maintained despite apparent selection against it? Why do animals engage in sexual activities that do not result in offspring? When same-sex behaviors were first observed, they were often considered maladaptive. However, many evolutionary reasons for their existence have since been suggested, and many hypotheses have been proposed to explain the occurrence of homosexual behavior. Some scientists suggest that these behaviors fulfill a social function. For example, primates use it to demonstrate social status. Dominant males express their social status by mounting subordinates. Also, same-sex sexual interactions may serve to form social bonds and alliances, as seen in geese, flamingos, and baboons. This hypothesis states that social species engage in same-sex sexual behavior more frequently than non-social species. In a recent study I've mentioned, the scientists performed phylogenetically informed analyses to show the adaptive role of same-sex contacts in maintaining social relationships and mitigating conflicts. The authors suggest that in mammals, social evolution is associated with the evolution of adulticide, and mostly in males. Due to the multiple benefits of sociality, many behavioral strategies have evolved to ensure the stability of social groups. Same-sex sexual behavior could be one of these strategies. In fact, individuals who engage in same-sex sexual behavior can also practice different-sex sexual behavior, so they may improve their individual fitness by enhancing social relationships and mitigating conflicts by same-sex sexual behavior to have later options to reproduce. Another interesting recent study done at the Imperial College of London collected detailed observations across 3 years of social and mounting behavior of more than 200 male semi-wild rhesus macaques, which they combined with a pedigree dating back to 1938. The authors convincingly demonstrate that same-sex sociosexual is both repeatable and heritable. Remarkably, age and group structure explained behavioral pattern variation only marginally. However, a positive genetic correlation between same-sex mounter and mountee activities was found, indicating a common basis for different forms of homosexuality. These results prove that homosexual behavior is not costly and could evolve. Moreover, it may be a common feature of reproductive ecology. Other studies explored the implications of same-sex sexual behavior on social dynamics, mate choice, and reproductive strategies within animal populations. Brian Lurch and Maria Servadio from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill proposed a simple model of sexual reproduction and created a theoretical framework for the evolution of indiscriminate sexual behavior. The scientists provide strong arguments for the hypothesis that homosexual behavior is maintained by selection for indiscriminate sexual behavior by showing that indiscriminate mating is the optimal strategy under a wide range of conditions. They even suggest that the conditions most strongly favoring indiscriminate mating were probably present at the very origin of sexual behavior. The study of same-sex sexual behavior in animals is a multidisciplinary field, which includes biology, genetics, endocrinology, and behavioral ecology. Researchers study the prevalence, potential causes, and implications of same-sex sexual behavior across various animal species to better understand the evolutionary, genetic, and environmental factors that influence sexual orientation and behavior in non-human animals. However, it is important to note that the interpretation of these behaviors varies, and they do not necessarily imply the same psychological or social meanings as human homosexuality, but surely contribute to our understanding of sexual diversity in the animal kingdom. By the way, human twin and family studies have shown that homosexual behavior is partly genetically influenced. Dr. Andrea Ganna and colleagues from Harvard Medical School found that genetics has a significant influence on sexual orientation. However, same-sex sexual behavior is influenced by not one or a few genes, but many. This overlap with genetic influences on other traits provides insights into the underlying biology of same-sex sexual behavior and analysis of different aspects of sexual preference. In fact, this research underscores the complexity of sexual preference and calls into question the validity of bipolar continuum measures such as the Kinsey scale. As we conclude our journey through the fascinating world of animal homosexuality, we're reminded of the complexity and diversity of life on Earth. If you enjoyed this exploration, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more intriguing content, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, nature's diversity never ceases to amaze.